Foundation. I'm Salek, Creative and Communication Consultant, Assam Police. Launched by Honorable CM Shri Sarbananda Sonowal on the occasion of Assam Police Day, the enthralling 1 month long campaign comes to an end today. The campaign led to some of the important and timely conversations on key cyber safety issues. As the world goes online, it is important to empower citizens to not only identify cyber threats but also to prevent cybersecurity incidents. Gracing the closing ceremony with his presence as chief guest, we have Shri Bhaskar Jyoti Mahanta, IPS, DGP Assam Police. Also joining us today, Shri Harmeet Singh, IPS, Additional Director General of Police, and Mr. Purindu Singh, Director Operations and Strategy, CyberPeace Foundation. I now invite Shri Harmeet Singh to take us through for a quick overview of the campaign and share his thoughts on the importance of raising awareness on cyber safety, particularly among the youth. Over to you, sir. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Salek. We are really glad that the DGP could spare time and spend time with us today, even though today is a very busy day, and it's also farewell for our outgoing Chief Secretary. It's also Unity Day, Rashtriya Ekta Divas. So I welcome our Honorable DGP, Mr. Bhaskar Jyoti Mahanta, who actually, to tell you the truth, after joining, has really pushed our cyber game up and up. So without wasting too much time, let me just give you an overview of what has been happening. This CyberPeace month actually came at exactly the right time because October is also the month that the Government of India spends as the cyber safety month. So we have been bang on target and we have reached out to the people. Now, even though Twitter itself is still nascent in Assam and Facebook is more popular, I'm happy to let everyone know that we've had more than 500,000 reach, which includes post engagements, impressions, reach on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, with our entire cyber safety campaign this month. We've also had some interesting queries come up, and I'll talk about the survey a little bit later, but it's very interesting the kind of queries that were coming, particularly in the regional language, based on the memes and the creatives that we were putting out. And that is what made one realize, and this was added to by the survey, that there is growing awareness of the way, as the cyber world opens up, how people can be cheated, how they can be, ill-treated, defamed, bullied, but more and more phishing and wishing leading to loss of even minor finances or small frauds. And that is where a lot of questions came, which we were able to address. And now we have planned that out of the outcome of the survey and the cyber safety month, what we are going to do is we are going to go in for an education of the legal aspects. So it seems that our informing the people and keeping them abreast of the kind of threats that are there is working. But what we've really got to make work is what happens when something happens to you and you need legal redressal. So we are going to push that. In fact, Salek is right here on board. Salek, we're going to design some campaigns based on that. Also, it was interesting to see that we put out all our young SPs, all our young superintendents of police to handle the webinars. So the first was on understanding digital and data and digital footprint on the internet and its working. This included internet usage in India, digital footprint, privacy and safety setting, and tips and tricks. Salek, you can add the name of, I think this first one was Shwetank Mishra, SP Charaidio, followed by responsible online behavior, creating safe online spaces, sympathy, empathy, malware risks. This was handled by Pushpraj, SP Golaghat.
No, this was by Prateek sir.
Okay, this was by Prateek, SP Dibrugarh. Then came fighting misinformation and financial frauds. This was
This was by Shwetang sir.
Gaurav.
This was by Shwetang sir. First one was by Abhijit sir.
Okay, this one was by Shwetan. And then finally, I think cyber crime and redressal
Gaurav.
was by
Gaurav sir.
Gaurav Upadhyay.
Yes.
So bringing out our younger SPs who've just gone into the field, their knowledge and mind and maybe mind space works a lot more with the youth than possibly people of our age. Though I guess experience is where we come in to help people. Also like to talk about the survey that we ran. Though we only had about 1,000 odd responses, it's interesting to note that the highest came from the age group of 21 to 30 and followed, which was 47%, and followed by the age group 10 to 20, which was 40%. So we even had younger children coming in to take the survey. 55% of the respondents were graduates and 19% were postgraduates. And even more interesting is that because most of them were students, 86% of the respondents were unmarried. And a lot of them spoke about the kind of hate or abuse that they face on social media, which of course is one thing we really have to together as a country stand up and help people, is ensure that there is no more, or there is a trend against, that we all fight against people using the anonymity of social media to abuse others. So having said that much, I would also like to point out that we are right now not only in partnership with CyberPeace Foundation, we are also in social media as well as a cyber, as well as an overall legal partnership with UNICEF. And with UNICEF and UTSA, we are working towards a child protection friendly force. So that is another target of ours in the digital world, which is doing very well. Having said that, I give the floor back to the moderator.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your insights. Now I invite Mr. Purendu Singh to share the survey results and announce the winners of our quiz competitions which we had during the month. Over to you, Purendu, sir.
Thank you, Saruk. First of all, a very warm welcome to Sri Harmeet Singh and DG sir. I would like to just share my screen to take you through the survey results first. Is my screen visible?
No, sir, not yet. Yeah, it's there now.
So this is the survey that Harmeet sir was speaking about. The survey was done to assess the cyber awareness in the state of Assam. We've seen that there is a bit of increase in the cybercrime rate, which is 6.5 against the overall national rate of 3.3. Alongside, we've seen that Assam government has set up at least 7 cyber investigation labs in the police ranges headquarters to address this under the part of state police modernization program. Assam Police and CyberPeace Foundation, like it was mentioned, we've run a month-long cyber safety awareness campaign targeting the youngster in the state in October 2020. This campaign was focused mainly on the major aspects of cyber safety through programs on digital media, because obviously we cannot do it offline in this pandemic situation, and this was targeted to people of various age groups. Here we spoke about the emerging areas of cybercrime and the awareness that needs to be there, which helps in assisting citizens to identify, first of all, the cyber threats and also to prevent any cybersecurity incidents. In case if it happens, how to seek the redressal and mitigate those threats. Then the aim of this research study was to see what is the current state, and was to assist Assam Police in developing an action plan. Like Harmeet sir already mentioned, that there are plans in place which will go ahead post this conclusion of the cybersecurity month. Methodology. Primary data was collected using the survey that was circulated amongst several public in Assam across age groups. And we collected the sample using purposive sampling. Survey had 27 questions which were divided into 4 sections. The first section was aimed at understanding the demographic details of the respondents to see from which area they are coming in. Then the knowledge of cybercrime, what is the respondent's knowledge, was the second aspect. Third aspect we were seeing is the how much experience with cybercrime does the respondent have. And lastly, the fourth section says the what kind of measures of ensuring cyber safety knowledge has been there with the respondents. And except for the first section, because it was demography, all other sections, the respondent had multiple options, multiple responses from where they can choose from. Total number was a bit less, which is 724. And like Sir has already mentioned, 40% of the respondents were of the age of 10 to 20, which clearly shows the penetration of technology amongst the younger age. And 55% of respondents were graduate, then 19% under postgrads. And Sir has already mentioned that they were unmarried, 67%. I'll just talk about the finding and analysis. Finding part 1 was that awareness of cybercrime in terms of its descriptive and legal aspects and action taken against the crime, navigating the cyberspace, which includes self-assessment of experience on the internet and how it goes, what kind of safety measures have been adopted to curtail such incidents. Part 1. Cybercrime awareness. We did see that there is a great awareness, which is deep understanding of cybercrime, which respondents had. Almost a lot of people knew what are the terms and terminologies. Close to like 70%, you can see what they were committed with intent of stealing the data from computer hardware, as well as crimes such as online harassment, hacking, online impersonation. People knew about this. And the percentage is fairly good, which is like more than 70%, which we see. 62% of respondents knew that cybercrime is reported at police station. So reporting and redressal is also something that people are aware of. Around 53% of respondents, they were aware that they could seek remedy against cybercrime under the IT Act 2000. But they were definitely, and as common citizens, they were not aware of all the legal provisions. 77% of respondents were never given cybersecurity training before, and amongst them 15% who had received some form of training, and that too from some private organizations. So yes, definitely there we see that there is a need, like Sir has already mentioned, that the education needs to go on. The education level needs to get up, because people have not, they expressed that they've not been given any kind of training. Navigating cyberspace, respondents use the digital spheres to access a host of services. And obviously, like we see, it is the world of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. 91% social networking sites have been used, such as Facebook, WhatsApp. And for professional use, we saw 73%. Obviously, during the pandemic, most of the work has turned to online platform, including this schooling also. So that definitely has gone up. Plus online purchasing, which is 81%. And majorly we saw that Amazon, Flipkart, because they are the known names. So we did see that. 74% attending news and articles. And then 76% we did see online classes added because of this pandemic, because this number would definitely have been lower had we not gone through this pandemic phase. Then the top three services operated by respondents were to chat and keep in touch with their friends and relatives. So technology definitely is helping us bridging the gap and the distances, because people try and keep in touch with all the friends and relatives. Then to purchase goods and services online, 57%, and attending online classes, 60%. Now the comes the worrying part, because we did try to check out how, what kind of experience that respondents had online. We saw that around 63% of respondents have been at the receiving end of spam messages on email. 25% have received hate messages on social media like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and 26% respondents reported that they have received pictures or videos that contained some form of nudity. Plus, we did see that there are some cases wherein pictures were shared without consent, stalking, money extortion messages, etc. And obviously, financial fraud goes without saying, because it is present in some way or form almost everywhere wherever people are using online technology. Then lots of respondent, close to 58%, were aware of, say, not saving username and password, then enabling two-step verification on internet browsers, and to save themselves from hacking. We do see that in case if you save your username and password, or you have not enabled two-step verification, it becomes a bit easy to compromise the account. About 73% of the respondents were also aware that it is not safe to use public Wi-Fi connections. So, which was very pleasing to find, because when we have spoken to a lot of other states and other places, definitely not to compare any state's position here, but we did see that the knowledge here was much better for usage of public Wi-Fi. Then, which was not password protected, because open Wi-Fi, we all know that authentication can lead to compromise of case. Conclusions, we'll speak a bit about. The respondents are quietly adequately aware about cybercrime in terms of its legal aspects. Respondent, although were not aware that all laws that dealt with cybercrime, but and this is primarily because they have not been given any training. Then also respondents have been using host of services on online platform and were exposed to a number of risks. Obviously, this is pretty obvious that when you are there online and you are using multiple platforms, the risk increases. And a lot of people have faced hate messages, online stalking, spam messages, etc. Two recommendations that comes across is that Assam Police and Assam State Government should increase the frequency of cyber awareness training, because that came that the citizens have never received any kind of training. But with trainings, it definitely is going to change the scene, including age group which falls in the age bracket of above 40. Because there we did see that there is a bit of not so great knowledge. Police also can seek assistance from NGO and private sector organization, which is already work in progress, which we hear. Then Assam state government ideally should invest in understanding the new kind of cybercrime, because the cybercrime facets are also changing across the world, and we should ideally invest in developing ingenious solutions to them. Then Assam state should also work on formulation of crisis management plan for countering cyber terrorism. It should also issue advisory and updates to citizens if there is an attack on the CII, critical infrastructure. So these are the recommendations, few of them. Some training programs should also be extended to all law enforcement personnel, prosecutors, judicial officers, and other personnel who are working at a part of the government. It should also conduct training programs regularly for system administrators and CISs, CISOs of government departments, because they are the ones who are handling the critical infrastructures. Even though the citizens are aware of legal resources that can be adopted, yet the respondents did not report the crime. The Assam Police ideally should assist the citizens in normalizing act of reporting, because a lot of people, they shy away from reporting, and especially when there is, hate messages, spam, or anything which is which is not affecting the pocket, people do not come forward very much to report it. Then a lot of respondents are at the end of hate messages, as I was talking. It should also be on physical impact of online messages, such as identity theft, phishing attacks, emotional trauma, misinformation, and obviously financial losses. So that's the survey that have been there, and I will just share I'll just try to share the name of the winners of Brain Olympics. So here we go. The first winner is Kiran Deep. The second prize goes to Faik, and third prize goes to Tashrifa. So congratulations to all the winners here. We wish you all the best, and it was a great show. Thank you for being a part of the Brain Olympics and showing your medal here. So that's it from my side. I would just like to take one more moment to thank Harmeet sir, thank Bhaskar sir for their valuable time out of their very busy schedule. And as this was a great success, we wish to do similar activities in future with Assam Police, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing the insights from the survey. And as Harmeet sir has already mentioned, we are definitely going to work on this thing so that people can reach out to us and report the crime as well. So, moving forward, our next target would be to educate people on how they can report and how Assam Police can help them in getting these things reported. So thank you so much. I also congratulate all the winners of the Brain Olympics. The winners will be contacted soon by our teams. So big congratulations to all the three winners. May I now invite our chief guest for today's closing ceremony, Shri Bhaskar Jyoti Mahanta, DGP Assam Police, for the keynote address. Over to you, sir. Seems like there is some technical issue. May I now invite Shri Bhaskar Jyoti Mahanta, our chief guest for the closing ceremony, for the keynote address.
Uh, I guess sir's connection has been lost because he looks to be disconnected. I think he might be rejoining from his end.
Okay, let me just check it with sir. So there seems to be some technical issue at DG sir's end. He is joining in a while. So while DG sir is joining us, Shimoni, do we? How are we going to contact contest winners? So they'll get the update, right?
Yes, Alec, we have their email IDs. We'll share their Amazon vouchers over their emails.
All right. So they'll receive their vouchers directly in their email.
Yes.
All right.
By the time DGP sir is connecting, may I request Alec if we can ask few officers from the audience to share their feedback or share their experience of these webinars and how are they? Oh, I believe sir is here. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Hello, sir. So may I now invite our chief guest for today's closing ceremony, Shri Bhaskar Jyoti Mehta, DGP Assam Police, for the keynote address. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thanks, guys. I just suddenly got disconnected for perhaps Wi-Fi reasons. Anyway, it's wonderful to see the kind of activities that is taken by our people, led by Harmeet Singh. From Assam Police, I must put it on record that we are very proud of the cyber activities that are being undertaken over the years now, but then recent times, the kind of focus that we've been always wanting is appears to be like, on line with the best practices in the national arena. The special awareness on the emerging areas of cybercrime awareness and the related subjects during the month of October 2020 have been a great success. It is heartening to know and see the findings of our surveys. But then I wish the sample was a little bigger. And most of the people who had already participated appear to have some of the other knowledge about the cyber crimes and related subjects. But we have a huge number of populace out here in Assam who need to be really guided and helped. So this is a very good beginning we have made. And it's a wonderful analysis that is put by Purnendu. And congratulations, the team, led by Salik and Purnendu and all of you. You've done a fantastic job. And I also take this opportunity to thank CyberPeace Foundation for partnering with Assam Police in conducting this particular awareness campaign, as Harmeet had mentioned. This coincides with the Government of India plan also to do this likewise for the entire country. I think in Assam, we have done it better than a whole lot of others, all right, because I'm also trying to find out what others are doing. Uh, and yeah, it is very important to understand the gaps in understanding the threats, and the gaps are kind of identified pretty capably in our analysis. Especially our people are pretty much aware of the online harassments and hacking and stealing of data, etc. And of late, if you have noticed, and you haven't dwelt much on this particular subject of hate orientation in the social media platforms. Though we are doing a great deal of work on it, like, our teams watching the cyberspace, and we have a pretty good team, I would say, like, because anything that's really disturbing is encountered, is immediately addressed, and like, our guys get into the job pretty efficiently. And we have sorted out a whole lot of people who have been trying to be bad and trying to create a situation of communal divide and stuff like that. And of course, the challenges to the national integrity. That's another huge aspect that we must look at. and we must continue doing that even better. Now is the time for fifth generation warfare. I don't think nations are going to fight with cannons and fighter aircrafts and stuff like that. I mean, it might happen, but then that is a remote possibility in the modern days. So fifth generation warfare, we know, we are aware of one of our neighboring countries trying to indulge into this. So fifth generation warfare, we've got to be really very careful about our critical infrastructure protection mechanism. And we are not too sure how much focus we've been putting as a society, as a government, on our protection mechanism of critical cyberspace, and whether our banks or financial institutions, etc., are safe or not, because there will be only too many inimical to this nation who would be interested to attack. And we have to also think in terms of that. Now the colleges and schools are going to open. So I would request our team to be focusing all the more in such exercises. And I rest assured you will get all our support from police headquarters. And if we can get the young students of the colleges, and then we can perhaps liaise with the academic fraternity better and get more participation in this kind of an exercise. So I also congratulate the Brain Olympics winners. You guys have participated and you have won, and also congratulate those who haven't won prizes, all right, but have shown tremendous amount of interest. And with your kind of people, with us, I'm sure, together, we can be stakeholders in this very important exercise of preventing, losses to our society, losses to young generations, interest to the young generations. And I'm so very glad that most of our young lot have been showing tremendous amount of interest. It is only in the fitness of things. Ladies and gentlemen, Assam Police focus in respect of cyber crimes are to be divided into a couple of segments. The primary is the awareness, kind of things that our team has recently done. And CID has also done a great deal of awareness campaign, and in the year 2019, they've conducted 5 cybercrime awareness programs, reaching out to more than 1,000 participants. So webinar has been held time and again by our senior lot, in addition to the kind of webinars that was held during the last month. I also myself had interacted with a whole lot of children. We did also talk in terms of being careful in respect of POXO-oriented cases. And it's very important mandate for Assam Police for protecting children from cybercrime. So on that, we have had good webinars. Several training programs on these for the police is also going on. And also we had an e-workshop on 11th of June on handling online child sexual abuse, especially during COVID-19. And this was organized by CID in partnership with International Justice Mission and International Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And I'm not too sure if it is very popular, but then we have a dedicated cybercrime helpline number, 155260. This needs to be popularized big time. And before that, we must find out whether it is in place in a manner that can cater to the requirements of the citizenry. And we can find out how we are functioning in our helpline numbers. And we may have to gear it up to be responsive enough and to be capably guiding victims of cybercrimes. So as I said, awareness is a very important segment of our focus on cybercrime. And I think we are doing a fair job in this regard. Next important thing is infrastructure and technological upgradation. In this regard, at this moment, we have very good 3 labs functioning. though we have 4 more labs are in the pipeline. 3 of the labs are functioning well in cyber investigation labs at Jorhat, Silchar, and CID headquarters. The labs assist in investigation and also impart training to police officers. These labs are equipped with digital forensic tools, including mobile forensic and disk forensics. And now we are going to have another very soon, and most of the work in respect to the same is already undertaken, and inauguration is going to be underway very soon. It is under the Nirbhaya Fund. So it's a new forensic, cyber forensic lab, cum training center. It's going to be functional, as I said, very soon. It will be a state-of-the-art training lab as well, equipped with latest forensic tools, helpful in investigation and prevention of cybercrime against basically women and children. An amount of 3.94 crore is already earmarked for this purpose. And we are also going to issue, we have 245 police stations all over the state of Assam. We are going to issue the cybercrime first responder kits under Moitri scheme. And this total cost is 33 crore 16 lakh 55,520. It's a massive project that we are undertaking, and for this capacity building is also something very important. And the kit contains crime scene data acquisition and extraction tools, including mobile forensics. These are the infrastructural progress that we are making, and also technological upgradation in cyber dome itself. We are in the process of, in addition to whatever we've been doing, I think we need to do much, much more perhaps in Cyberdome. And we are very closely looking at acquiring softwares and technology which should be truly capable to be busting designs of very major nature. And we are at it pretty actively at this moment. So third important segment is the capacity building of our own people. Well, our basic training doesn't have too much of cyber orientation, though there are classes taken, of course, but then this is very run-of-the-mill affair that we've been doing. Our identification of talents within need to be really geared up, and I have a plan to be essentially recruiting cyber educated boys, with good educational background, especially in the sub-inspectors level. We have this programmer SIs, and I find that most of the cyber related issues are being handled by them. But it's a pretty small numbers that we have. We need to really increase their numbers. So we are now motivating them by equating them with the rest of the normal sub-inspectors and affecting their promotions. I have brought out an order also. And we plan to recruit big number of these people very soon. People with degrees on computer science and things like that. So that will be going a long way in capacity building of Assam Police. On the grassroots level, we need to really look at it very closely. And in addition to a whole lot of training that we've been conducting, all right, but then how much results in terms of very capable handling of the cyberspace, well, we need to really be sure about it. Social media watch is another component Assam Police has. And I am sure you all know about it. And as I said, we need to be very proud about our social media watch cells. We watch different kinds of social media posts, be it in Facebook, be it in Instagram, be it in Twitter or wherever, and anything that is inimical to the rights of the individual, human rights, community rights, privacy issues, and we address them. Even if no complaints are coming, we address them at times. And if the complaints are coming, of course, we go a long way on this. Then the act of investigation itself is very important to be conducting investigation. In this regard, I can tell you, I'm very proudly, like a whole lot of suicide case near at the just before the act of commuting it. Like, Assam Police has very successfully prevented deaths, sure deaths in number of times. And for that, even the highest echelons of the Facebook also had sent appreciative messages to us, and we are very proud of that. And there was this interesting case in CID only recently. We received information from Ravikant, the president of Shakti Bahini. Shakti Bahini is a very noted major NGO, like working in for the interest of the women in distress. They had pointed out suspicious activities related to child pornography in Facebook page, which was being operated from the state of Assam. And the link was given, and we registered a case in CID in 2020 under POXO Act, as well as 67B IT Act. And Gitanjali, our additional SP CID, had done a fantastic job. And we had taken it up in this instant with Facebook very promptly. The Facebook, for a change, has responded to us. This is a challenge, but then Facebook in this regard had responded pretty fast. The page was taken down in no time. And after the proper CDR analysis and dump data, etc., we arrested the prime accused and also his colleagues without spending much time on 3rd last month. And it's a big racket that was being operated from Assam of all places. Can you believe it? And so a child pornography promotion site happening in Assam, like, I couldn't believe it myself. So we got to be really, really very careful. We have a tremendous amount of responsibility to the society. And the pedophiles and circulation of child sexual abuse materials using Facebook, fake accounts, etc., are a big challenge in addition to whatever we've been talking about. Anyway, fantastic to be here, fantastic to be exposed to the kind of work that our guys are doing. And I'm so very proud of you guys, and carry on doing, and let's be kind of helping each other as and when required. And together, we have the societal groups as our stakeholders. In fact, I was talking to Harmeet about creating a band of cyber juddhas. So we have the young, smart chaps, who are good in cyber issues. They can be our force multiplier. We can take their help as well to be watching their respective places, community or beats, their locations. And also ERSS is coming now into Assam. We are giving it a big push, emergency response support system. And they are also, I plan to name it give some Assamese name to the helpline, that app that we are going to create. I hope Harmeet is at it, as we discussed. And so I want a voice-generated message to be coming into our control room, saying and giving the geolocation of that particular person who is in distress. And if they have that app installed, and if a voice-generated message could be sent that help or something, so the vehicle standing nearby automatically gets an alert and a response to it, that kind of a situation. So ERSS is 112, that is the helpline number that is going to be operational in respect of everything. And we have already got more than 130 vehicles, pretty good, stylish vehicles. And we have distributed them to the districts, and we have also told our district superintendents of police to be making it operational. Training for our people is going on right now. The software is in place already. The infrastructure is in place. So now mid-November, maybe we will be launching it. And then also our cyber smarties will have to be at it to help us all the time. And I'm sure together we can do a great job in Assam. All the best, boys and girls. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your encouraging and kind words. Thank you for taking some time out from your busy schedule today to join us for the closing ceremony. So thank you so much. I also thank the entire team of CyberPeace Foundation, Vineet, and the entire team which was working with me for the last 1 month for this really nice, encouraging, month-long campaign. So thank you so much, and I am sure that moving forward, we'll be doing a lot more activities. We'll be doing a lot more awareness programs with you. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also, a special mention to Shri Harmeet Singh for being our guiding light throughout the campaign and leading us from the front. Moving forward, we'll be doing a lot more to address the challenges which are being highlighted in the survey so that we can serve the people and help them in their the challenges which they face in the cyberspace. So thank you all. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Harmeet sir. Thank you, Bhaskar sir. Thank you, Salik. Thank you so much. Have a nice
All
evening.
right. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you, Purnendu sir.